What do you do if you're concerned about your future sex life with your spouse? Hi, I'm Angela, the Christian Sexpert. I talk all about sex and intimacy in Christian marriage. The first thing to remember is not to borrow trouble, right? It's okay to be concerned to the point where you're discussing things, but to worry about something isn't biblical and it's not going to do you any good. A concern that drives you to action is healthy, and I hope that's what this is. So the way that we solve for this is we discuss. We have all kinds of conversations with our fiance, and we talk about what we hope for in our future sex life. You discuss things like past sexual trauma, past sexual experience, and don't go into a ton of details with like experience, but just like if you do have experience, say like I have done, P&V and I didn't like or I liked and I would want for us to try. Discuss things like sex expectations. How often do you anticipate being spicy together, and how do you anticipate reacting if you are interested and your spouse isn't, and vice versa? Something that I've talked about many times is a sex journal, and you can start now writing in a sex journal and give that to your future husband on your wedding day. And in that journal, you write down your fantasies, your desires, things that you hope for your future sex life. And the biggest thing is to remember that there's no demands that should be made of a healthy sex life, right? So it's not so much that you aren't going to want to, or you're going to forget that it's all good now. It's that if that happens, that you're going to actively remind yourself, I'm married. This is what I want. The Bible says I am supposed to enjoy my spouse. You guys can make it a priority to do a deep dive on the Song of Solomon together right after the honeymoon. You guys can schedule a premarital coaching session with me where we can talk through some of these things. We can talk through the mechanics and things that you should remember and things that you guys are going to use to help build healthy communication. You can schedule a session with me for a month after the marriage to talk through any issues that you guys have anticipated in your first encounters together. Are you sensing that the overall theme here is just talk? Communicate. You can never communicate too much about this area of your life with your spouse, because I promise, if you do, you'll have good sex.